Hi, in this video we're going to be taking the pH of some household substances. pH stands for the power of hydrogen. It measures the dissociated hydrogen ions that are in the solution. The more hydrogen ions there are, the lower the pH and the more acidic it is. The more hydroxide ions that there are dissociated in the solution, the more basic it is. So we're going to measure the pH using pH strips. pH strips are an indicator. They change color depending on how acidic or basic something is. So when I dip these pH strips into my solution, it's going to tell me the pH, which I can then measure against this here to tell me what the exact pH of it is. So I've lined up some household substances to test. I've just been taking a guess at what I think the pH is based on what I think is in them. So we're going to see how acidic and basic some things are. So the first thing we're going to test is lemon juice. Okay, so lemon juice on our pH strip. I'm just going to dip it in there. And we can see that it changes color. So now we measure it against the colors that we see here. And I would say that it's a pH of about 2.1. Tomato juice, which we have over here, I decided to cut up a tomato as well because I didn't want the color of the red interfering so much. So I'm just going to kind of squeeze the tomato on there. So tomato juice against the color here. That one's really hard to tell what it is. Maybe about pH of 5. All right, so let's try pop. So this is a can of Coca-Cola, freshly opened. Dip that in there. The color of the pop itself might interfere a little bit, but we can definitely see it's still acidic. Oh, that's a pH of about 3.1. Okay, so vinegar. Vinegar is acetic acid. So when we take the pH of our vinegar, we are expecting it to be very acidic because it is an acid. And yeah, it's just under 3, so I'd say maybe 2.8, pretty close there. All right, so this next one here is water, and this is just water that came out of my fridge. So I'm hoping that it's close to being neutral since it is just plain water. Indeed, it looks pretty close to 7.0, which is neutral, right in the middle of the pH scale. Okay, now we're going to take a solution of baking soda. So baking soda being a solid, so I just dissolved some in a little bit of water so that I can actually get the strip to be dipped in there. Okay, so we see that that's dark now, so that's greater than 7. So we have to go over to this other side and see that the solution of baking soda, wow, that's about almost 9, so I'd say pH about 8.8. Milk. What do we think the pH of that's going to be? Pretty close to neutral. Maybe just under. Maybe about 6.5. Okay, Windex, actually this is no name, but it's the same stuff as Windex here. So let's dip that in. Whoa, look how dark that becomes. Wow, is that ever basic? Okay, so that has a pH of, wow, I'd say 11, not quite maybe 10.5. That's very basic. And then bleach, so this is common household bleach. So we're going to take the pH of bleach. Oh, let me see, it's more along the lines of about 7.5, 7.7, close to 8 there. Okay, so now that we know the pH of some common household substances, what we have these strips for is actually to take the pH of our hot tub, and you might have these at home too. You might also be able to do this similar experiment at home. So now we're going to go take the pH of the water in the hot tub. Our last test. Okay, so I'm not going to tell you the pH of this. I'm going to read it. You can now try to figure out What's the pH going to be of the hot tub water so that it's comfortable for bathers to swim in?